Hi, welcome back. I prepared a little quiz for you today. It's on different vocabulary items, sometimes nouns, sometimes verbs. Okay? So I'll present 25 different sentences and one word will be missing, and it's up to you to see if you can find it. Then I'll give you the choices that I have and I'll get you to repeat one of the versions after me. Okay? So let's get started. Look at number 1. She opened the window to some fresh air. What would you put? What I put? She opened the window to let in some fresh air. Repeat. Did you put to get, or to have? It could be possible too. Now let's look at number 2. He forgot to bring his to the meeting, so he had to use pen and paper. What would you put in the blank? One possibility, he forgot to bring his laptop to the meeting, so he had to use pen and paper. Repeat. Another possibility would be tablet also. Okay? Now let's look at number 3. They went to the store to buy a few for dinner. What could you put in the blank? One possibility, they went to the store to buy a few groceries for dinner. Repeat. Another thing you could also put is just the word things. Did you find anything else you could put in that blank? Now let's look at number 4. I need to finish before the deadline. One possibility, I need to finish my project before the deadline. Repeat. Or maybe you put homework, assignment. There are other possibilities. Now let's look at number 5. She looked at her watch and realized that she was... Here's what I put. She looked at her watch and realized that she was late. Repeat. You could also put early, on time. Did you find anything else? Let's go to number 6. He turned off the lights before leaving the... He turned off the lights before leaving the room. Repeat. Maybe you said office. Maybe you said some other place. Now let's look at number 7. We decided to a movie after dinner. We decided to watch a movie after dinner. Repeat. Or maybe you said rent a movie. Now, if you added 2 words, you could say to go to. We decided to go to a movie. Let's look at number 8. She picked up the phone to her friend. Possibility, she picked up her phone to call her friend. Repeat. Or maybe telephone, or maybe you put text. Other possibilities also, maybe contact her friend. Number 9. He put the keys on the near the door. Possibility, shelf. He put the keys on the shelf near the door. Repeat. Or maybe you said table. Maybe you said chair, desk, bench. There are a few possibilities here, right? It all depends what you have near the door, right? Number 10. They packed their bags and left for the... Possibility, they packed their bags and left for the station. Repeat. Could also say airport, weekend. Did you find anything else? Number 11. I couldn't find my anywhere in the house. What can you put in that blank? For me, I couldn't find my glasses anywhere in the house. Repeat. Maybe you said keys or wallet, or if you're a woman, purse. There are other possibilities. Number 12. She wrote a note to remind herself to the plants. What could you put in this blank? What I put? She wrote a note to remind herself to water the plants. Repeat. Now, I couldn't think of anything else. Did you find something else? Now let's look at number 13. He took a deep breath and tried to down. He took a deep breath and tried to calm down. Repeat. Another possibility I thought of was slow, to slow down. Did you think of anything else? I couldn't find anything else. Number 14. We sat at the table and started to our meal. Now, an easy response would be, we sat at the table and started to eat our meal. Repeat. Another possibility, enjoy our meal or devour our meal. Devour is a bit extreme, isn't it? You'd have to be very hungry, right? Let's look at number 15. She grabbed her coat because it was getting outside. What would you put in the blank? Now, one possibility would be, she grabbed her coat because it was getting cold outside. Repeat. Another word would be chilly or windy or cooler. Let's look at number 16. He opened his laptop to check his... Here's what I thought of right away. He opened his laptop to check his messages. Repeat. Although you could say emails, notes, appointments. Any other possibilities? Number 17. They walked to the park to some time together. What would you put in the blank? Here's what I put. They walked to the park to spend some time together. Repeat. Or you could say to have some time together, to enjoy some time together. Did you think of anything else? Let's look at number 18. I need to call the doctor to make an... Now this one, I couldn't only think of one thing. I need to call the doctor to make an appointment. Repeat. Now the little an before the noun shows us that has to be a noun that starts with a vowel, so I couldn't think of anything else. Did you think of anything else you could put in that blank? Number 19. She listened carefully to what he was saying. Now the sentence would work without anything else, but if we have the to here, let's see if we can put a verb. She listened carefully to hear what he was saying. Repeat. Or you could have another verb, to understand what he was saying also, right? Number 20. He climbed into bed and quickly fell. I could only think of one thing. He climbed into bed and quickly fell asleep. Repeat. Number 21. She poured herself a cup of before starting her day. Now, there are many possibilities here. The first one I thought of was, she poured herself a cup of tea before starting her day. Repeat. Could also be coffee, herbal tea, cocoa. I wouldn't say water, because normally when we say water, we say a glass of water. Did you think of anything else? A cup of? Number 22. He checked the weather forecast to decide what to... One possibility. He checked the weather forecast to decide what to wear. Repeat. Or did you use the verb do? Because you can check the weather to see what you're going to do during the day, so to do would be possible too. Any other possibilities? Number 23. They arrived early to get good for the show. Now, I could only think of two possibilities. One is, they arrived early to get good seats for the show. Repeat. Did you say places? Now, if you're going to this show and you didn't have any tickets beforehand, maybe you could also say they arrived early to get good tickets for the show. That would be possible too. Now let's look at number 24. I set the alarm on my phone so I wouldn't late. Several possibilities here. One is, I set the alarm on my phone so I wouldn't wake up late. Repeat. Now you could also use the verb be, so I wouldn't be late, so I wouldn't get up late, so I wouldn't sleep late. Can you think of anything else? Number 25. She opened the book and began to the first chapter. Now here there are several possibilities. She opened the book and began to read the first chapter. Repeat. Now if the person is someone who really likes this book, say it's an author that she really appreciates, maybe we could say to devour the first chapter. Sometimes people devour books because they really like specific authors. Another one, if it's for school and you're studying, to study the first chapter. Or say, for example, you're preparing for an exam, to review the first chapter. So there are several possibilities here. Well, that ends our activity for today. How did you do? Were you able to find some possibilities that maybe I didn't? We had various structures here in these sentences and a variety of vocabulary. So if you're a B2, you should have been able to do all these sentences. A B1, maybe. It all depends on how much vocabulary that you have. All right? Well, before I close today, I'd just like to remind you to subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so. It'll make it easier for you to check out my various playlists. And as you see in the box here, I have a lot of different activities that could interest you depending on what you're looking for. And recently, I recorded a video on 7 business English dictations. So if you're interested in improving your writing skills, especially when it comes to business vocabulary and advanced sentences, it might be good for you, okay? It all depends. I think you should at least be a B2 level in order to do these dictations. But there are lots of other activities for you too if you're a B1 or B2 and you're just looking for oral practice. Well, I guess I'll say goodbye for today and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.